You just got to the gate. The agent takes one look at your bag, makes you put it in the sizer, and it doesn't fit. Now you're paying $99 at the gate to check it, because the bag you packed was a carry-on at one airline, but oversized at another. This is one of the most expensive, most avoidable mistakes in travel, and it happens constantly, not because people don't try to pack light, but because nobody actually explained the rules clearly. In this video, I'm breaking it all down. TSA security rules, what actually fits in a carry-on, personal item versus carry-on dimensions by airline, the packing systems that work, and the specific items people always get wrong at security. I'm based in Irving, Texas, so I fly out of DFW and Love Field regularly. Everything in this video applies whether you're flying American, Southwest, Frontier, Delta, or United, and I'll flag the differences where it matters. Let's start with the foundation. TSA security rules, because none of your packing strategy matters if your bag gets flagged and opened at the checkpoint. The TSA's 311 liquids rule is the one rule that trips up more travelers than anything else. Here's exactly what it means. Each passenger can bring liquids, gels, aerosols, creams, and pastes in containers of 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters or less. All of these containers must fit in one quart-sized, clear, resealable plastic bag, and you can only bring one of those bags per person. That's it. One quart-sized bag, one bag per person. Everything in it must be 3.4 ounces or under. The mistake people make is bringing a half-empty, full-size bottle and assuming that's fine because there's only a little left. It's not about how much liquid is in the bottle, it's about the container size printed on the label. A 12-ounce shampoo bottle that's mostly empty is still a 12-ounce container. It gets pulled and thrown out. What counts as a liquid under TSA rules? More than you'd expect. Toothpaste is a liquid. Lip gloss is a liquid. Mascara is a liquid. Peanut butter is technically a liquid because it's spreadable. Hummus, yogurt, jam, salsa, soup, syrup, wine, all liquids. Stick deodorant is fine. Powder deodorant is fine. Spray deodorant is a liquid. The practical approach? Buy travel-size containers that are clearly labeled 3 ounces or under, and put them all in your quart bag the night before. Don't try to eyeball it at the checkpoint. Medications are exempt from the 311 rule. Prescription and over-the-counter medications in liquid form can exceed 3.4 ounces, but you must declare them separately at the checkpoint and present them for inspection. Keep medications in their original packaging if possible, especially internationally. Baby formula, breast milk, and juice for infants and toddlers are also exempt. Same rule. Declare them separately. Electronics are the second category that slows people down at security. The rule is simple. Laptops and large electronics must come out of your bag and go in a separate bin. Large electronics means anything bigger than a cell phone, so tablets, e-readers, portable gaming devices, and cameras with large lenses all count. You don't need to remove your phone, earbuds, or smartwatch. You do need to remove your laptop. That's the one people forget when they're rushing. Power banks, the portable phone chargers, are allowed in carry-on only. They cannot go in checked baggage. Airlines cap them at 100 watt-hours for carry-on without approval and 101 to 160 watt-hours with airline approval. Most consumer power banks fall well under 100 watt-hours. The watt-hour rating is printed on the label. If it doesn't show watt-hours, you can calculate it. Milliamp hours divided by 1,000 times the voltage. A 20,000 milliamp hour 3.7 volt bank is 74 watt-hours. That's carry-on approved. Now let's talk about prohibited items, the ones that surprise people. Sharp objects, box cutters, razor blades, and knives with blades over 4 inches are prohibited in carry-on. Small pocket knives with blades under 2.36 inches are technically allowed, but TSA officers can still flag them. The safest call is to check any blade. Firearms are not allowed in carry-on, period. They can be checked in a locked, hard-sided case with advance declaration to the airline, but that is a separate process with specific requirements. Alcohol. You can bring alcohol purchased at duty-free in sealed, tamper-evident bags after security. Alcohol brought from home must follow the 311 rule, 3.4 ounces or under in your quart bag.
Aerosols like sunscreen and hairspray, liquid rule applies. Get the travel size. Loose lithium batteries cannot go in checked bags. They must be in carry-on, either in the device or individually protected. Now, the most important practical section of this video, actual size limits by airline. Every airline has its own carry-on size policy, and they are not all the same. Here's where DFW area travelers need to pay close attention, especially if you switch between airlines. American Airlines. Carry-on maximum is 22 by 14 by 9 inches. Personal item maximum is 18 by 14 by 8 inches. Southwest Airlines. Carry-on maximum is 24 by 16 by 10 inches, actually larger than most airlines. Personal item must fit under the seat, and crucially, both are free. Frontier Airlines. Carry-on maximum is 24 by 16 by 10 inches, same dimensions as Southwest, but here's the critical difference. Frontier charges for carry-ons, anywhere from $59 at booking to $99 at the gate. The personal item, 18 by 14 by 8 inches, is free. So on Frontier, your strategy should be to pack everything into the personal item. Delta Airlines, 22 by 14 by 9 inches for carry-on. United Airlines, 22 by 14 by 9 inches for carry-on, 17 by 10 by 9 inches for personal item. The practical implication, a bag that's 23 inches tall passes on Southwest and Frontier, but gets flagged on American, Delta, and United. Measure your bag against the specific airline you're flying. Don't assume your bag is universally a carry-on.
Here's the question I get the most. What can you actually fit in a standard carry-on for a week-long trip? The answer is more than most people think, but it requires a system. Let me lay out exactly what fits in a standard 22 by 14 by 9-inch carry-on for a 7-night trip, using the American Airlines standard since it's the most restrictive common limit. Clothing: 7 pairs of underwear and socks, 5 to 6 shirts or tops, 2 pairs of pants or shorts, 1 lightweight jacket or hoodie, 1 pair of pajamas or lounge shorts. That's a full week of clothes. The key is fabric choice. Merino wool and performance fabrics are the reason this works. A single merino wool t-shirt can be worn 2 to 3 days in a row without odor. Quick dry fabrics mean you can hand wash a shirt in the hotel sink and have it dry by morning. 3 merino shirts effectively replaces 5 or 6 regular cotton shirts in your bag. Shoes. This is where most people blow it. Shoes take up 1/3 of a carry-on by volume. The system? Wear your bulkiest shoes on the plane. Pack only 1 additional pair of lightweight shoes, either a pair of sandals or compact sneakers, inside the bag. Toiletries. Everything goes in your quart bag, plus solid alternatives. Solid shampoo bars, solid conditioner bars, and solid sunscreen sticks are not subject to the 3-1-1 rule. They are genuinely effective, and they eliminate your biggest liquids problem. Electronics. Laptop goes in your personal item bag, not the carry-on. This frees up roughly 20% of your carry-on space. Laptop, charger, cables, power bank, earbuds, and travel adapter all go in the personal item, which functions as a tech organizer and sits under the seat in front of you. Packing cubes are the single highest impact packing upgrade you can make. A standard carry-on holds 3 to 4 medium packing cubes. Assign each cube a category: tops, bottoms, underwear and socks, and a compression cube for bulky items. Compression cubes can reduce the volume of clothes by 30 to 40%. The roll don't fold debate. Rolling clothes prevents wrinkles and uses space more efficiently than folding flat. Bundle wrapping, where you wrap clothes around a central soft object, works well for dress shirts and trousers if you care about creases. For most casual travel, rolling is faster and better. The heaviest items, shoes, toiletry bag, any books or gear, go on the bottom of the carry-on, against the wheels. Lightest and most compressible items go on top. This distributes weight better and means you're not crushing your clothes when the bag sits upright. What goes in the personal item? Laptop and tech organizer, quart-sized liquids bag, passport and documents, medications, snacks, and anything you need during the flight. Think of your personal item as your in-flight bag plus your security essentials bag. Never put your laptop in the overhead bin. Keep it accessible under the seat.
Let's talk about gate checking, because it happens more than people expect, especially on regional jets and full flights. Gate checking is when the airline asks you to check your carry-on at the gate because the overhead bins are full or because the plane is a small regional aircraft with limited overhead space. This is free. You don't pay a bag fee. Your bag goes in the cargo hold and comes back to you at the jet bridge when you land. The important distinction: gate checking is not the same as being charged to check your bag. If an agent at the gate says your bag is too large and you need to pay to check it, that's a fee. Gate checking for bin space is always free. To minimize the chance of a gate check, board early. Southwest's open boarding system rewards early check-in. American and Delta use boarding groups. Elite status or a premium credit card gets you Group 1 or 2. Even boarding in Group 3 usually gets you overhead space. Group 5 or later is when bins get tight. The single most important tip I can give you: measure your bag before you fly. Not the outside dimensions printed on the manufacturer's tag, the actual measured dimensions including the wheels, handles, and any pockets that stick out. Bags deform slightly when packed full and can go from 21 inches to 23 inches with a stuffed main compartment and an exterior pocket loaded with gear. A few final tips that don't fit neatly into categories. Wear your heaviest clothes on the plane. Jeans, boots, and your heaviest jacket worn on your body don't count against your bag. This is legal, it's common, and it works. Compression socks on the plane serve double duty. They reduce swelling on long flights and take up zero bag space when worn. A small door hanger organizer for hotel bathrooms. It fits flat in a carry-on pocket and eliminates the counter space scramble at the hotel. Under $15, genuinely useful. For international trips, research whether your destination country has carry-on enforcement. European low-cost carriers like Ryanair and EasyJet are far more aggressive about size enforcement than most U.S. airlines. The stakes are higher. And the last thing, if you're flying Frontier out of DFW and trying to avoid the carry-on fee, personal item only is the move. Pack everything into an 18 by 14 by 8-inch bag and it flies free. I've done a full 4-night trip in a 40-liter backpack that fits under the seat. It takes discipline, but it eliminates the carry-on fee entirely. That is the full carry-on guide. TSA rules, size limits by airline, what actually fits, and the systems that make it work. If this video helped, the best thing you can do is subscribe. I put out a new DFW travel strategy video every week. And check the pinned comment for a quick reference card with all the size limits and TSA rules in one place. Next video, the best airport lounges you can actually get into from DFW, including ones that don't require a $600 annual card. I'll see you there.